Good morning, everybody. Good morning. It's me, Mitch. It says, I enjoy romantic walks through the meat aisle. Yes, meat department. Excuse me. Good morning. Good morning. TGIF, for whatever reason. That we thank God it's Friday. I don't think when you're basically retired, TGIF is better than, oh, it's Saturday, or it's Wednesday. In fact, they come so fast, it seems like 5 minutes ago, I was talking about TGIF last Friday. Good to see you all. Good to see you all this morning. I'd love to say it's a beautiful sunny morning, but it's dark outside. God, I hate this time change. It's dark outside. And by the time this live stream is over, it will be light. But in the meantime, my friends, I got a haircut. Look at this. Look at this. Oh, my God. Look at me. It was getting a little wild and woolly. At any rate, here we are. Let's 42 of us so far, and let's get down to business, down to the business at hand. Drink it if you got it. Wow. That's so good. How is everybody this morning? Good to see you. Good to see you. Wow. I watched Kilts. I watched Kilts this morning. Such amazing validation for me this morning. Amazing validation for me and what I consider normal behavior in this world. I counted the F-bombs, the number of times the word shit came out, or other iterations like bullshit. And they exceeded on Kilsey's show, both from Kilsey and the guest, exceeded the number of times that I, the most obscene, bad habit-laden guy on the internet, on an especially rough day last Wednesday, they still exceeded my number of F-bombs. Maybe not the number of times I used the word bullshit, but I was gratified, and I felt like I was vindicated. Vindicated. Thank you, Kilsey. Thank you so much for showing the world that that's just part of our normal conversation. And for those of you who didn't catch them, like I did, go back and watch the replay and count for yourself. Count for yourself. It was great. I loved it. I loved it. I was sitting there laughing. My A double scribble, which is the way my mother used to spell ass, I was laughing my ass off. It was fabulous. It was fabulous. I just so enjoyed it. Well, at any rate, that's how I started my day. And I'll leave my comments about what I heard in the past hour, and how at times, with some of the comments that Alia was putting them on the screen, my head almost exploded at the stupidity. It's just absolute stupidity that some of these commenters were making, and why Alia put them on the screen. Beats me. It beats me. And I'm sure you were there. And Peter, stop talking bad about Steve Marks, please. Steve Marks apologized to me. I love him, and we're done with that. So Steve Marks is not an enemy of this channel. So Steve, if you're out there, you're always welcome here, my friend. I'd much rather have friends than enemies. I don't want to have any enemies, and I really try not to pick on anybody. I really do. Sometimes it's tough. But anybody that's, I don't care what you are. I don't care whether you're religious or not, whether you're vegetarian or not. I don't care. As long as you are respectful, you're entitled to your opinion. As long as you don't hate me, then get the hell out of here. Simple as that. I'm not a complicated man. Not a complicated man at all. Anyway, here we are. And believe it or not, I am in a fabulous mood today. Why? I have no idea. I do really have control over our moods. Is our mood a conscious or a subconscious thing that happens outside of our prefrontal cortex, that very thin and not very powerful brand new layer of brain matter that we have, where our self-awareness and consciousness exists on top of this monstrous animal brain that takes care of all of the functions of life, that has no use for the conscious mind whatsoever. And in almost every other living thing, mammals especially, they do better, are healthier, acting on the commands from their animal brain, because they have no brand new, newly evolved prefrontal cortex where consciousness actually lives and exists. As a matter of fact, that animal brain has the power to recognize when that consciousness, a lot of times, is just going to get in the way. So it shuts it off. It has the power. It has the on-off switch, which is the root of what we call addiction, where we find ourselves just acting like robots, an exact opposite to what we think we want. Doesn't matter. And that's what addiction is. It's a subconscious mind trying to do what it thinks it needs and shutting off the conscious mind to get it out of the way. And it turns off any of your rational thinking and takes control away from you, and you act mindlessly like an animal does, on instinct alone and programming and things that animals know have benefited survival for millions and millions of years. Hundreds of millions of years. The dinosaurs did not have conscious minds. Wow. Alia Wells. Hey, Mitch, can you email me your address? I've got a gift I want to send to you. Oh, absolutely, Alia. Thank you. And wow, I got 40,000 or something here. I don't know what that is. Must be something Colombian, I would imagine. Thank you, Alia. Very nice of you. Can you email me your address? I certainly will. I certainly will. I'll do that as soon as the live stream's over. I hope I don't forget. And if for some reason you don't get that email from me, shoot me an email and just say, give me your address, and I'll reply to it. Very easy. 40,000 pesos is like $9. Wow. Thank you. Thank you. I'll drink to that. Me and my You Magical Bastard coffee cup. That's Snoopy dressed up as a unicorn, by the way. Thank you, Alia. You do that, go back to work. Alia says, thank you, Mitch. I'll go back to work. I am laughing in my office. Oh, that's great. That's great. That's great. Yeah, that was some show today. I just want to know, Alia, why... What was her name? Carrie something or other, a vegan that was always coming up with, I don't know what point she was trying to make or who that person was. But my head was exploding reading her comments about everything, including narcissism and all that other stuff. Where do people get these wild ideas? There's a term that we use, or I use, that I think is very, very, it applies to all psychiatrists, all, in my experience, all psychologists, so many people, professors and academics, and that term is psychobabble. It's all psychobabble. Not one of them has a clue as to what's really going on or what's really causing the problems. And the closest that Kelsey got this morning was in their discussion of mental illness. And Kelsey's right on the money. Right on the money. There's no such thing as mental illness. There's just machinery broken, organic machinery that doesn't work right because of lack of proper nutrition. It's illness. Illness is illness. Whether it's your brain that's sick or it's your circulatory system, it's still illness. That's why carnivore is so simple. And that's why we carnivores, the brain fog lifts. We feel better. Our moods are better. It's not a conscious thing. Yes, the mind is truly the master. The only disagreement that we have, which mind are we talking about? The mind that we think we have any control over, or the mind that's our real mind, the big guy inside us in charge, our animal or reptile brain, or subconscious, or whatever other name you want to give it, that controls all the physiology in our body. And there's a debate whether that mind that I'm talking about is even confined just to our brain, because there are things in every cell that go on every day, trillions of cells. Mitochondria that have their own DNA and their own instructions and act pretty well independently of whatever this is controlling. Multitasking. going on every instant of every day that we're not consciously even aware of or concerned with until we try to learn about it, and then we try to regulate it and influence it, and then we're generally getting in the way. We're getting in the way of what it takes to live. It's so simple. And, what is depression? What is happiness? What causes it? It's all caused by, at the root cause, some kind of physical insufficiency or problem that manifests itself as a mood. So I have no idea why some days I'm happy and some days I want to basically go out and slaughter every human being on the planet. Same thing with people driving cars. Sometimes people get road rage. And there's some psychiatrists or psychologists and their psychobabble that is going to try to tell you how you can control it just by going to anger management class, which is more psychobabble. It's all psychobabble. I love that word, psychobabble. Well, let me stop pontificating here this morning. Got an email, maybe it was Alia sending me an email that's saying, yes, please send me your address. Okay, why don't I do that right now? Let me just type my address in here. Give me a second. I hate these little keyboards. Hate these little keyboards. I'm doing it. I'm not doing it out loud, but I want to get it done so I don't forget. God, I can't type. I hate it. This is why I don't participate in chats. Almost there. Okay, and send. Okay, done. We are done. Hope you got it, Ali. If you didn't get it, let me know. And Rick says, I never get road rage. Well, Rick, that doesn't surprise me. That does not surprise me. Not in the least. But do the other guys get road raged at you? Yeah, Lori says, sausage fingers. Yes, sausage fingers. How about that? Let's see what we got here. First one in this morning was Tuka. Howdy, Mitch. And Tuka says, yes, for once I was first. You are absolutely right, Tuka. You were the first one in. Lady June, who usually is first one in, said hello. And Mike Seeley, always early. United Carnivore. Good morning to you, Mike. How are you? And then followed immediately by Mike's father, who joined us last night on the members live stream. First time debut, internet debut. Mike Seeley Sr. live on the tube. Enjoyed having you, Mike. It was great fun. Great fun. We had a nice time last night. Time flew. I don't know where that hour went. Sandy Blythe saying hi to her good friend Tuka. And who else we got here? We got Thomas, Target Prime Rib. How you doing, Thomas? Good morning to you. Chris Wayne from the land down under. Good day, mate. Good day, mate. Good day, mate. To you too, Brian Dish, TGIF, and Tammy Petarch. Good morning to y'all, Mitch Fitz. All of us. Rick checked in. Good morning, Rick. How are you? Lori, always a pleasure. And Bride's Biscuit, good morning, Mitch and family. Lucy Workers here, good morning to you. And we're sneaking up on 7 o'clock with Rick again. Said good morning. And who won this morning? Brenda McIntyre, good morning, everybody from Illinois. Don't let your meatloaf daily words to live by. Daily words to live by, especially for older people like me whose meat does a lot more loafing these days than it used to do. Let that sink in for a while. Steve Rogers, Captain America from Kansas City, and as if it's a surprise, this morning Robbie Autry took the bill. Congratulations, Robbie. Right on the money, followed immediately by Peter. Hi, Peter. How you doing? How you doing, my friend? Good. And Chuck in Clearwater. How are you, Chuck? Super tune. I hear the music. Yep. That was 20 minutes ago. Where does the time go? Put QQQ in the chat if you want to insult me or draw something to my attention, and I'll probably get to it before the end of this stream, which seems to be getting longer and longer every day, chasing the moving target, which is the end of the chat, and end of the chat comments. So, but I love it. I love it. I'm here. I look forward to these. I honestly do. I look forward to these streams. I don't dread going to work or anything like that, because if I did, I wouldn't do this. These things are generally the highlights of my day. And I do appreciate you all coming in to see me in the morning and participating like you do and making friends. That's the purpose. And waiting for me to go off on something or other, like the NASCAR wrecks with flames and fire. It's amazing. I rewatched Wednesday's stream, and yes, I would like to say I was in rare form, but it's it's not that rare. It's not that rare, and I think some people do it on purpose to try to trigger me. I actually really don't get that upset, and I know it's entertaining, so why would I not do something that people like to see? Dennis Miller used to, remember Dennis Miller, the comedian? He made his bones on rants. And I guarantee you, if back in that day, if television wasn't so restrictive and censored, his rants would have been pretty much all profanity. George Carlin never hesitated. Way back in the day, and some of you, or most of you, might remember Lenny Bruce was jailed, actually jailed, for using bad words. Bad words. God, as a species, by and large, we are so unrealistic in our beliefs and thinking. Wow, wow, wow. And what we find offensive. That's offensive. Let me tell you what's offensive. A bullet to the brain is offensive. Getting stabbed in the heart is offensive. Sticks and stones. Remember that one. Remember that one. Sticks and stones. Today we've made the highest crime more heinous than rape, more heinous than murder, more heinous than child abuse and pedophilia, punishable more severely. We've made the crime of hurting somebody's feelings at the top of the list, and we've labeled them hate crimes. Hate crimes. And it isn't bad enough to put somebody to death. We've got to make it worse and label it a hate crime. A crime is a crime. You murder somebody, it doesn't matter what the reason is, you're still a murderer. What difference does it make why you murdered? You're just as bad. You need to be punished just as much. We don't need to add a little extra punishment because you hurt their feelings in the process. I could sit here all day and point out absurd behavior of human beings. But not today. Today I'm happy Peter says, happy Friday. Good morning. And Pretzel Pete. We need to have a little jingle here for Pretzel Pete when he comes in. I saw the first thing he said on Kills this morning is, hi, where are my pretzels, basically. I think I remembered that. Lizzie, good morning to you. How are you, Lizzie? Rex Ford, how are you? We're still at 7 o'clock here. And Karen, hiya, Karen. How are you? Good to see you. Faith-focused food freedom. Yes, yes. Food freedom is what it's all about. That is the one indicator that we have that we're doing it right. That we're doing it right. The only time that we ever get a break from hunting for food, because we have to hunt for food because our ancestors just didn't have the availability of food. And they were food slaves. They had to constantly think about where the next meal was coming from. Unfortunately, in this world today, people still have to wonder about where their next meal is coming from, and that's unfortunate. But it's not due to lack of supply. It's due to lack of money, usually, but not lack of supply. You can walk out your front door, turn left or right, and generally, within half a block, you're going to find some food for sale. Mostly junk. But when your body has all the raw materials that it needs to do all of that fabulous chemistry that it does, every microsecond of every day, whether you're awake or asleep or watching TV or sitting pondering your navel, your body is still worrying and doing chemical reactions thousands of times every second. And it needs, just like a bricklayer needs a pile of bricks next to him as he's building the wall. If he reaches over and he's used up all the bricks and there's no more bricks, he can't continue until he goes out and finds more bricks. And it's just that simple. If you don't have all the bricks you need in your cells when chemical reactions need them, and I'm talking about electrolytes, the materials to make proteins, amino acids. We don't have these proteins we don't need the proteins to make other proteins. We need the amino acids. So no matter what protein you eat, it's going to be broken down into it. When you run out of amino acids, your subconscious mind is triggered to go out and find more bricks. And most of we human beings these days live in constant shortage of building materials. And if you have food freedom, if you don't think about food all the time, and your cravings go away, and variety stops being important to you, because there's a reason why human beings crave variety. It's the off chance that maybe in consuming a broader range of foods, that thing you're missing might be in some of them. That's all. It's that simple. It's that simple. The supply chain for your machine is being interrupted, and you need to stop what you're doing and turn your focus 100% to finding that thing that's halting production in your machine. It's that simple. And the reason that for the first time in my life, and I think many people out there, for the first time in their life, have actually experienced this food freedom, is because And it is proof positive that this lifestyle is without a doubt the most nutritious way to eat for our particular machinery. That's called food freedom. And I got to tell you, it's the greatest freedom in the world. And very few of us ever achieve it in this society, that's for sure. And it's the reason why you're not out there running into the 7-Eleven every 2 hours to buy some pastries or Doritos or something to hold you over until lunch. We don't do that. We don't do that because we don't need to do that, and we are driven more by our needs than we are by our wants. That's for sure. That's for sure. So, your name, Karen, maybe says a lot more than you think it does. Peter says, hi to Rick, how you doing? And Rick says, Mitch looks great today. Thank you. Mitch is clean shaven and got a haircut. God, I lost 10 pounds yesterday getting my haircut. It was incredible. I looked on the floor and it looked like, I said, where did all that hair come from? It was crazy. I let it go way too long. I don't like to fool with it. My hair has a mind of its own. It always has. It wants to flip up and curl up. And the day I went bald was the happiest day of my life, contrary to what people were thinking. I laugh at commercials that play on the emotion that men think there's something less about them because they're bald. I've always worn the thought of buying a toupee to me is the most laughable thing that I can ever imagine. Who else? Barry Simon is here. Hiya, Barry. Good morning to you, my friend. Good to see you. Good to see you. And I'm still at 7 a.m. Holy cow, here. The first one at 7:01 was Rick. I'm sorry, not Rick. Talking to Rick, Peter says, have you eaten any of those steaks that Chuck gave us? Oh, okay. And Lambs was a minute late this morning. Anna, paying homage to Robbie Autry. Yes. Sometimes Lambs, it happens sometimes. But and tomorrow, give Rick a little plug, tomorrow morning, and maybe into the afternoon, starting at 8 o'clock, you find Rick on the tube. Good morning, Elke Kasky, M3P. Is that a song? That would be MP3. Close. Saying hi to Elke. And this morning, Kiltzo's drinking bean soup. So here's to all the bean soup drinkers. I got a comment on a video yesterday. I got a comment. Somebody I never ever saw before. And when I do that, especially if it's a ridiculously stupid, moronic comment, I click to find out if this guy or gal has ever commented on anything on my channel before, because YouTube keeps track of everything. So if I click on if I'm in my YouTube studio, I get access to all kinds of information. And if I click on your avatar, it tells me how long you've been on YouTube, how many subscribers you have, a wealth of other information on you, and then it shows me how many times you've commented on anything I've ever done for as long as I've ever done it. It's amazing, the information. And I find that just like these spam phone call block I have on my cell phone that tells me when I get a phone call that I've never ever in the history of my life received a phone call from this number before, and suggests that it's spam, and tells me it's likely a business, so I can make a decision whether to block it from the future, hide it, or actually answer it. It's a call with no caller ID and a spoof phone number 99.99% of the time, and I just throw it off to voicemail, and invariably every day. And I have 2 or 3 computers that call me once or twice every day, automatically. It's the same thing at the same time of the day, spoofing some other phone number, which my phone says first-time caller. Well, I can do the same thing with these comments that I get on videos. And I looked at this comment, and the comment was very short, to the point. Coffee will kill you, it said. That's what it said. Coffee will kill you. I said, well, who's trying? What a nice person. So concerned about me. That must be their motive, isn't it? It couldn't be that they're trying to call me stupid or anything like that. It must be that they're concerned about me. God, isn't it nice to have all these people love you? I wonder if this person is somebody I know and have seen. So I clicked on the thing. And this was a handle that was created 1 week ago on YouTube. He had no subscribers, and it was the first time that I ever heard from him. So, adios. I just immediately hid the user from the channel because I don't know who it is. I don't care. I don't care. Just somebody wants to be nasty. Coffee will kill you. And I disagree with that. I so wholeheartedly disagree with that. That coffee is the cause of the health problems in the United States of America. I rank that up there with eating fat is the cause of all of our health problems. Eating cholesterol is the cause of all of our health problems. We know that's not right, but that's the propaganda that's come up for the last 100 years, more than 100 years. We know that's not correct. We've proven it to ourselves, and yet it's still the basis today. The reason we're all sick is our cholesterol is too high, we eat too much fat, we don't eat enough leafy greens and plant-based poison. It's ludicrous, but this is what we're being told all the time. So much, we got so much so wrong. And this guy comes on and tells me, coffee will kill you. And I look back at my 102-year-old grandfather who drank 3-4 cups of coffee and 5 cigars every day of his life. Didn't kill him. I look back at the entire population of the world pre-1950 or 60. And in every country of the world, there's people drinking tons of coffee every day while they eat their bacon and eggs in the Greasy Spoon Diner, and they're living to be 100. And we had no diabetes, and we had no heart disease, and we had no dementia at the explosive rates that we do today. We had no infertility. We had the opposite problem. We had population explosions because we were so basically healthy after World War II, smoking our cigarettes and cigars, drinking our coffee, and eating all that fat meat and bacon and eggs. We were so much healthier. As the sugar explosion was beginning to rear its ugly head. And since that time, we've taken away and demonized virtually everything that was good for us. We've taken away the fat. We've put the tried to put the tobacco companies out of business. We've introduced sugars at rates that are killing us and causing epidemics of diabetes. We got children now that aren't type 1 diabetics. But type 2 diabetics at 10 years old, the obesity is off the chart. Heart disease, the leading cause of death, was non-existent in the 50s and 60s. It was rare. Cancer. Oh my God, how many new cancer hospitals are being built every day? And they're all so busy you can't even get near them. Yet they're advertising on TV. They're spending a fortune on advertising on TV to get patients into their cancer hospital, not the guy's inferior cancer hospital down the street. And Lizzie said, tobacco bought the food. Of course they did. Of course they did. You can't kill a cockroach. It will find another place to live. They're indestructible. Cockroaches. And that's what these tobacco companies were. They were playing on the addictive nature of their product. The mistake they made, they tried to hook children. And the holier-than-thou among us decided that is finally reached the point where we can't tolerate it anymore, and the legislatures basically did everything they could. They made laws. You can't advertise tobacco products on TV. They executed the Marlboro Man. May he rest in peace. Joe Camel. Oh man, they did away with Joe Camel. Tobacco companies are still in business, but they're not doing like they used to. They couldn't addict children. And children are our future. As Kelsey said this morning, children are our main concern. The reason we live, to make babies. And I agree, that jives with nature. That's why sex is one of our greatest drives, because without it, the species is extinct. But addicting children to cigarettes is a no-no. And they were just learning at the time about the addictive nature of sugar, of carbohydrates. And in the boardrooms of the tobacco companies, all the fat cats who are concerned about shareholder value were saying, well, what do we do? What do we do? How are we going to make money tomorrow? And they had all the money in the world. They were some of the richest companies. So some no-conscience, sociopath, money-hungry, corrupt board members got together and said, well, if we can't addict them to tobacco, why don't we just buy all the food companies? We'll take our top scientists who know how to make cigarettes addictive. We'll send them over to work for Nabisco and others and see if they can't even make their products more addictive. And we'll come up with all kinds of reasons why this is so healthy for you. And that's what they did. And they replaced Joe Camel with Tony the Tiger. And the world cheered. It's great. Yes, it is. And look at little Johnny wolfing down those Frosted Flakes. Isn't he adorable? And he loves it. He loves it. He loves those sweets. He gets so happy. He'll do anything for a treat. Kind of like a dog and a doggy treat. Because he's already a 1-year-old addicted to sugar. So whenever we want little Johnny to behave, we'll toss him a treat just like the dog. Yay! So, another problem solved. No more tantrums from little Johnny. Just feed him sugar. Give him candy bars. Give him treats and cookies and cakes. And little Johnny today is a 50-year-old, 300-pound diabetic man getting his feet amputated because his mommy thought he was cute eating Frosted Flakes 50 years ago. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong. And today, even after the empirical evidence, just look around you, the medical community still will not stop feeding you sugar in the hospital and just giving you a huge thank you for eating all that sugar dose of insulin in your ass. You know, what's wrong with people today? Has the world lost its... Well, yes, the world has lost its mind. Why? Because the mind is an organ that needs to be properly nourished. And losing the ability to think went away along with the ability to control your own blood sugar anymore. Eating the crap that they're selling you. It's as simple as that. I've said it before 100 times. I'll keep saying it. I'm preaching to the choir, unfortunately. Nobody else is watching me or going to listen to messages like this because those same fat cats that started the problem in those boardrooms also own the TV networks and the news media and any outlets and continually pump out this propaganda at rates that we can't keep up with. Whack-a-mole. It's whack-a-mole. As soon as you hammer down that one, it pops up another one over there. And they got much more money than we do to propagate their message. And we all know that that is the definition of politics. Tommy says they're trying to get the green light to start injecting GLP-1s to us as young as 5 years old. Of course they are, because the most important thing is our children. We've got to protect our children. And they certainly have monetized that particular thought. They've monetized it. They've capitalized on it. Not because they're evil, mean people and want to see children die painful deaths at 50 from diabetes. It's not personal. It's just business. It's just business, not personal. We have shareholder value because that is our job as a corporate board of directors, and I don't disagree with that. If I was a stockholder in a company, I don't want my board of directors doing things that are going to cause our company to lose money just because it's the right thing to do. How absurd. That's one of the reasons why I don't invest in any of these companies. And that's a personal decision, but even if I had $1 quadrillion, I would not buy a penny of stock in any of these big food or ag companies, even though I might make a fortune doing it. That's a matter of individual conscience. Something disappearing at a wild rate in this world. Okay, now, how can I get further behind? 10 minutes to 8 almost, and I'm just back at 7 o'clock in the chat, 7:01. Holy cow, Danny in Boston, how you doing? But this is how my shows go. And I appreciate all my friends here this morning to share in my fabulous mood. My great mood, my great mood. How can you not be in a good mood when Kiltz drops 3 F-bombs in one show? And I doubt that he remembers it because it's such a normal way we talk these days. Everybody does it. It's not a bad word. It's an adjective. It just makes you emphasize the importance of what you're saying. I'm going to say one. I'm only going to drop one F-bomb today. And I'm going to use it as an example. So this F-bomb is brought to you by Artistic Freedom, okay? It's an adjective. You can say, no way, or you can say, no fucking way. It just makes it that much more. It's emphasis. It has no bad connotation. There's no sexual innuendo to it, which... Of course, we all know, according to Ellen G. White, how dare we have a sexual thought? That's a sin. That's a sin. And some lunatic, crazy, feminist temperist back in the late 1800s that had 2,000 conversations with God while she was in a coma has dictated the health of the entire human race today. One crazy woman, one lunatic, holier than thou piece of human trash, decided that God told her man shouldn't eat meat because it makes him masturbate. And we can't have that, and formed the Seventh-day Adventists and hired John Harvey Kellogg, and they bought the Battle Creek Sanitarium and joined the board of directors of every food company and got on the government committees and sponsored guys like Ansel Keys and built medical schools and invented the medical curriculum that they're using to teach doctors today. And to this day, we still have that anti-meat, pro-veggie bias that is killing us all. Thank you, Ellen White. And I challenge any of you today, the woman responsible for all human suffering on this planet just about today, caused by bad dietary advice, all illness, sickness, suffering, the killers of your loved ones, stemmed from this woman's bullshit. There's my second. And delusions. I dare you, any of you, go out in the world today. Walk into any 7-Eleven or convenience store, gas station. Approach a stranger that you don't know and say to him or her, I'll give you $100 if you can tell me who Ellen G. White was and what she did. Think about that. Anywhere. Anybody. I've never met one yet. I ask everybody, you know who Ellen G. White is? No. You know who Jack the Ripper is? Of course. Everybody knows who Jack the Ripper is. He was a mass murderer. I said, well, Jack the Ripper may have killed 20 or 30 people, but Ellen G. White has massacred billions upon billions of people, ruined their lives. And you don't know who she is? Well, no. Never heard of her. And that's a very sad commentary. Do you know who John Kellogg was? Oh, yeah. Wasn't he that guy that started Kellogg cereals? Oh, yeah. Why? What's wrong with that? They would say. They have no idea the damage that all these players along the way have done and responsible for why so many people you love are drooling in nursing homes and don't remember your name today. And here's Mitch. Here's Mitch. The most dangerous man in America, according to YouTube, spewing hazardous medical information. And we got to stop this guy. We got to make sure we don't push his message out because it's dangerous medical information. And that's the state of the world that we find ourselves in today. And that, to me, my friends, is to anybody clear thinking, eyes wide open, an observer of human behavior and the condition of the world, has got to marvel at the fact that we're the enemy. We are. The meat eaters. And our message is dangerous. Ain't it great? Ain't it great? And maybe I'm just happy today because I know I'm right. I know I'm right. And I know you're right. And even though there's basically 100 of us here, I know we're all right. And that's how we come here. We come to these things and we watch. We know. I can't tell you anything most of you don't already know. but I can make you feel part of a group so you don't feel so like you stand out like a sore thumb, or you're so strange and radical in your views. We reinforce our own beliefs. And that, believe it or not, almost has to happen on a daily basis, or we get sucked back in by all the condemnation, being told we're wrong, me being told every day, countless times, like that comment I got, coffee is going to kill you. Well, it hasn't killed me yet. In 5 weeks, I'll be 79 years old. I've been drinking coffee all my life, sometimes 8 cups a day. When I was working, I'd go through 2 pots of coffee a day. It hasn't killed me yet. In fact, more likely, it's one of the reasons why at 79 years old, I will match my brain power up against anybody on planet Earth. I don't care if they're 30, 40, 20. My powers of observation, analysis, I will, being able to figure out root causes of things and the big picture, I will match myself, and I'll probably be able to do it in 10 years or 20 years from now as well, because I am not nutrient deficient. I had a pretty sharp brain all my life, but I got to tell you, I know this. I am sharper and think more clearly now than I did when I was half my age. That's a fact. Because if I could think as clearly and know as much as I know, especially about reality now, when I was 40, I might not have made some of those mistakes that I made. I may have been able to predict a little more of what could go wrong. We all say it. We all say it, but we don't think about what this saying means. We all say, I wish I knew then what I know now. They made a song about that. That's not uncommon. It's true. Most of the time, people reach their peak mental acuity at 50 or 60, and then it's downhill from there. By eating the right foods and having the bricks in the pile when the wall is being built, and not having to go out on a brick hunt, has allowed my brain to keep growing and getting better like it did when I was between the ages of, say, 40 and 60. And it's scary because if I can keep it healthy, and that's the problem, there's so many things that can go wrong with the human body, but if I can keep it healthy, my brain should continue to get sharper and sharper as I get older. That's wisdom, that's learning, that's putting the pieces together in your mind. Things make more sense. The things that don't make sense become more absurd. And you wonder, how could anybody believe that? But God, the stuff that people believe out there is incredible. And people will believe anything because they're sheep. They're sheep. Oh, my phone just went. Somebody has sent me a text. Who is that? Who is sending me a text? Barry Simon. Check email. I don't know if you should show it on YouTube. Let's see, Barry. Is it inappropriate? Oh, it's wonderful, Barry. It's wonderful. Hang on a second, man. I love it. Why would I hesitate to show this on YouTube? Let's tempt the great YouTube censors and see if they want to send me to jail for showing this. Hang on. I'll get it up. I'll get it here. Here it is. Here it comes. Okay. There it goes. It's loading. Yes. Look at this. Tony the drug dealer. Yes, they're great. Look at the fat girls in the background. This is fabulous. This is fabulous. Look at this. Barry, you're a genius. And the fat little kid. Look at that. Oh, man. I love it. I love it, Barry. And Tony looks so happy. He looks so happy. Is that great? Is that great or what? Oh, thanks, Barry. You made my morning with that. I love it. I love it. Wow, 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 wow. I ought to put that somewhere where I don't lose it. Have it ready at a minute's notice so I can show it whatever I want to it. I have so many. That's the problem. I have so many of these AI things. Everybody sends me these all day long. And then they say, did you see the AI thing I sent you? And I have to faint. I go, which one was it? How can I remember all these stuff that the stuff that I get? But Barry has been feeding me this AI stuff, and I love it all. I love it all. He sent me some stuff yesterday. I haven't even gotten a chance to figure out what I'm going to do with. He sent me this. Rant Man. He sent me this. What grinds my beans? And I've got them on buttons on my thing here so that I can bring them up at a moment's notice. At any rate, some of the joys of doing what I do here on YouTube, and I love it. And it is 8 o'clock already. Wow, and we still have 100 people in here. Wow, wow, wow. Well, let me get through this. I'm not going to leave yet. Let me speed read here. And then I will go outside, fire up a cigar. Yeah, Peter, I saw that. I figured that out. Yeah, Steve Marks is okay. And for those of you that don't know, Steve Marks just had a bad day yesterday. I occasionally have a bad day too and can piss people off left, right, and center. Then I go back to him and apologize. He says, you know that shit that pissed you off that I did yesterday? I was just having a bad day. I apologize. Well, Steve Marks yesterday, Wednesday, after the live streams, sent me 3 coffees. I got 3 coffees. And he said, he apologized and said he'd just gotten some bad news. He was, he didn't mean any of that. And I thought that was somebody taking the high road. And I wrote him back and I said, I understand I have bad days too. No hard feelings. And he's been a viewer for quite a while of mine and never had anything like that. And I may have overreacted to it because maybe I wasn't in a great mood on Wednesday. And that's the problem, is that when you're not actually having a face-to-face conversation with somebody, or a phone conversation at least, when you're trying to have a conversation by typing things like emails or even worse, texts, the chances of a misunderstanding and a blow-up are increased by 10,000%. Whereas in a face-to-face, there's so many more signals being sent than just of the written words. So many more opportunities for misunderstanding, which is why I hate texting and email as a method of having a conversation. And I know I'm right about that, because when I'm face-to-face with somebody, we don't have too many misunderstandings. We either love each other or hate each other, but we're pretty sure about it. Pretty sure about it. Let's see. There's Alias. Oh, I'm so far behind in this. I'm sorry I can't read them. If I even slow down enough to speed read them, I'll never get to the bottom. What time did we have? We had 7:22. It's better than 7 o'clock. And I'm looking for QQQs. And I really do look for those. Mitch said he's in a good mood. Is Peter talking to Amy? Amy was on our panel last night. Amy is a sweetheart. I love her. I love her. And we were talking about movies. We were talking about everything last night. We even talked about carnivore a little bit, but nice people. Nice people. Old Rhodey. God, I love that name. Old Rhodey. I drink coffee all day. Doctor said 1 cup a day. I told him I only use 1 cup. That sounds like a Rodney Dangerfield joke, doesn't it? Doesn't it? That's great. I love it. I love it. And yes, I'm doing that regimen. Here's how my day starts. I'm out of bed by 5:30 at the latest every morning. Even the mornings when I don't have live streams. I am in bed, lights out by 10 o'clock. 10:15 maybe. I do great on 6 hours of sleep, up to maybe 7. Any more than 7 hours of sleep, it ruins me. If I get up at between 6 and 7 hours, I wake up, and as much as a stroke recovering victim can spring, I spring out of bed. Woo! I don't lay there and, oh, God, no, where's the snooze button? Eyes open. You like that? That's the sound my eyes make when they open. And turn the light on. I'm ready to go. Ready to go. If I were to stay in bed too long, then I'm dragging. So when my body is ready to wake up, obviously, it is already in the process of raising my cortisol levels and starting all of those physiological things that happen when you come out of a sleep, and I sleep pretty well, and start to wake up. That's when I run to the coffee pot and put on 3 cups. Enough coffee, enough water in the percolator in the coffee maker for 3 cups, and no more. I usually only have 2 of them, but I have that 3rd cup. So sometimes you just feel like you got to have it, or you want it. And I make my first cup of coffee with the butter and the MCT powder in it. Get out my immersion blender, froth it all up, pour it in this big-ass cup, and it usually just fills about half of it. Because this is 2 cups of coffee, and this coffee now is my 2nd cup of the day, and this has creatine in it. And that's my morning regimen. And by 8 o'clock in the morning, I'm done, usually, with the creatine and the MCT. And I feel great. I got a lot of energy. I'm ready to take on the world. Smoke that first cigar, you know. It's important. And Barry, if you want to do another AI meme of me, I have another persona that is becoming more and more evident. I'm not really proud of it, but I don't think what I do is too bad. And it's Mitch, the Corruptor. The Corruptor. That's my evil villain side. Corruptor. Because my friend Kelsey likes cigars and coffee. And I'm probably responsible for his seemingly bad behavior now, and he has to apologize. I like cigars, he says. I don't smoke very many of them. I drink coffee now. I didn't drink coffee for 2.5 years. And I say to myself, it's my fault. It's my fault. Mitch, the Corruptor. So, Corruptor. Now, I don't corrupt children, that's for sure. I'm not Tony the Tiger, but I just feel like we're grown up, we're an adult. We're 70, 80 years old. What the hell are we saving it for? What are we saving it for? We're not going to live to be 120. That's a pipe dream. A pipe dream. How do I know it's a pipe dream? Because nobody can point me to a living 120-year-old on the entire planet Earth. Not today. And if they did point me to one who said they were 120, I wouldn't believe it anyway. How do you know? Where's your birth certificate? Well, I don't know where my birth certificate. Well, of course not. If there is a 120-year-old person out there, he's probably got a 35-year-old dog. Have any of you had a dog that lived to 35 years old? It doesn't work that way. So when you get to be, if you're 20 years old, okay, don't take up cigarette smoking. But if you're an 80-year-old and you smoke cigarettes, smoke them. Enjoy what you got left of your life. I don't care if it takes a couple of days off your life or even a year. You want to live 20 years in misery, or you want to have some pleasures left? Now, I know that if I fed my sugar addiction at my age, it would hasten my demise and make it a lot less pleasant. But the coffee is not making my life miserable, and the puffing on cigars is not ruining my life. And if it does, at this point, it was worth 50 years of the pleasure I got from cigars, because I got a hell of a lot more pleasure from cigars than I ever got from my two ex-wives. Believe me. So Mitch the Corruptor is in business, and I'm proud of it. I'm teaching people how to live happily while giving them great nutritional advice from the most dangerous man in America. Yours truly. John Studd is here. Hey, John Studd, target prime ribs, stay away from candy. Yes, that is great advice. Great advice for everybody. John, you are absolutely right. As the one that said, tobacco bought the food companies. Yes, the food companies are big tobacco now. R.J. Reynolds, those guys own everything. And they're still making cigarettes. And they probably own all the vaping. They probably own the vaping companies as well. They have charts that show who owns what, and they're so complicated you can hardly follow them. But you find out what's going on. Uh-oh, phone went ding. Who we got here? We got Barry Simon has sent me an animated Tony and the Corruptor. All right. Oh, man. Barry, you're a genius. You're a genius. Let me get it up here and show everybody. See, that is, my friends, an example of my father's most sage words. My father's most sage words. You don't ask, you don't get. Words to live by. I don't ask people on a regular basis to buy me a coffee, but when I say, maybe buy me a coffee if you like what I do, people buy me a coffee and say that I should ask more of them. But I still feel funny because I never begged for anything in my life. But this, my friends, this here, oh man, look at that. Barry, you outdid yourself with that one. A gold chain, you gave me a gold chain too. Gangster. That, my friend, is the OG, original gangster. Mitch the Corruptor. Coffee and cigar super influencer is what it says down here. Look at that. Oh man, I love that. Let's see if I can save that off to my screen right here. Yes, I got it. I got it. Let's see what happens when I open it up. Is that the picture? Yes. Okay, you're going to see you're going to see more of that. Barry, I love you, man. Great job. Great job, everybody. Let's give Barry a round of applause. Oh, and who says this isn't fun? Who says you can't come on here, bitch, and complain and rant and not have a good time? You know, maybe it's a coffee cup, because you can't. How could you be upset with an image like that in front of you? Snoopy with a unicorn horn saying, "You magical bastard." I mean, how can you be unhappy? And I like to get silly once in a while as well as serious too. If I can't get silly and laugh and put a smile on my face and feel good and have a sense of humor, why the hell bother getting out of bed? Why bother getting out of bed in the first place? All right, let's continue to go along here and see what we got. We got up to 7:42, still a half hour behind. It's like chasing a moving carcass. Oh, John Studd's a comedian, too. Ask Dr. Kiltz if he can please give Rick a full... Rick doesn't need a full-time job, John. Rick probably works harder than you do. Rick is self-employed, not unemployed. Where does everybody get this idea? Rick works from morning to night. Rick is not a lazy man. He's an ambitious man. Why you hate him, I don't know. Because people like him and give him things and you wish they were giving them to you? I don't know. Is it jealousy? Could it be you're jealous of Rick? I don't know. I admire Rick. Rick makes his own way through the world. And believe me, people don't give him as much as you think they do. Don't take it seriously, Rick. John Studd actually loves you and admires you. Must be. That's the way I see it. And I've said something that Michael Pregler agreed with. He says, you may be wrong on something, Mitch, but that ain't one of them. Whatever it was, John, Michael, thank you for agreeing with me. Oh, we were talking about coffee. Okay, I bet I got to keep going. Q, any Q. I think I missed a Q far back, somebody said. And words of wisdom from Rick. Duck it. Yes. Yes, and a dirty word is only in your mind. But I like that Mr. Corrupter thing. That's great. That's great. You're going to see me make more and more about that. I'm going to have to come up with a little fanfare for that. Yeah, if John Studd's after you, Thomas, don't take it seriously. Don't take him seriously. I don't. Not anymore. Not anymore. Comic relief. Consider it comic relief. When I bash you guys, when I bust on you, that's a sign of affection, love, and admiration from me. Because I don't bust on people that I don't like. I do away with them. I insult them. But good busting is the thing that great friends do with each other because they know they can. And they won't be taken seriously. So, don't take any of that shit seriously. There you go. There's the essence of it. There's the essence of it. Distilled down to absolute common sense and reality. Mitch, you're happy today because you are a magical bastard. Thank you. Thank you. So intuitive of you, Lori, and brilliant, brilliant. If I have to say so myself, and I may have to, I may have to. Oh, I see Gary No Slow is active in the chat. Johnson 5 says, I'm very happy to have discovered Mitch and this group. It does increase my confidence in our current belief that meat is the proper human diet. Yes. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. And I noticed yesterday when Dr. Dan was on Kelsey that he was drinking coffee too. And for all those people that say it's killing you, I can find just as many convincible and believable arguments that it actually can extend your life, especially your cognitive life. And that's why I do it. Not because I'm addicted to coffee. I can live without coffee. I went for months without it and did not notice any beneficial feelings without the stupid coffee. So I said, I enjoy it. Why not? And I think I'm doing better with the coffee. And I think we all are. And I cannot find a real convincing argument. Oh, I can, from these people that are trying to always sell you some supplement or other, give you really bad advice that's contrary to the way we came up through nature, pushing some kind of agenda, or they just have an opinion. And their opinion, in my opinion, happens to be wrong. And in their opinion, my opinion is wrong about their opinion. And so it goes until it elevates into a war and somebody kills somebody else. And that's the human condition on our planet, because there's just too many of us right now, and we're like rats in a maze competing for resources. Question, Mitch, from Robbie, any advice on how to make ribs more tender? Well, the only way to make meat tender is to slow cook it for a long time. Sous vide it for a day or two. Way I take ribs, I put them in the oven at about 225 degrees and let them cook for 4 hours, 5 hours. When meat starts to fall off the bone, it's going to be tender. Believe me, by the time all the connective tissue in meat is pretty well softened up when meat falls off the bone. So that's why smoking makes tender meat, because it's a low temperature thing. That's why sous vide makes meat tender, because long times at low temperatures. So even with the best filet, prime rib that you're going to find, if you sous vide that for 3-4 hours at about 120 degrees, it will get much more tender than if you just cooked it in a pan from raw. There are those who will say, well, you're taking the nutrients. Bullshit. Just somehow we manage to live eating cooked food. I'm not on any kind of... If you want to eat raw meat, eat it. More power to you. If you think it's more nutritious, you may be right. You want to drink raw eggs? Go right ahead. Obviously, I don't eat raw food. I eat cooked food, and I'm doing okay. So, can I do okayer? Maybe, but I'm doing good enough. And if I lose 5% in the nutrition because I cooked the food, I'll just eat 5% more food. Make up for it. That's all. Instead of eating 5 eggs, maybe I'll eat 6 eggs to make up for the fact that I've cooked my eggs. But I'm obviously getting great nutrition from it because I have food freedom, and that is the indicator that you are well nourished. You're not hunting for bricks. If you saw that analogy, if you weren't here, I use the analogy of a bricklayer running out of bricks in the middle of building the wall. The wall never gets built. The bricklayer has to go out on a hunt to find more bricks. And those bricks represent, in this analogy, all of the different nutrients that are needed for, and chemical compounds that are needed for the thousands of chemical reactions that occur in every cell of our body every second that come to a halt when we, in essence, run out of bricks and trigger a hunt. And that hunt is hunger, cravings, and the need to stuff more food in your mouth, searching for that one particular nutrient that's missing. And it gives us our cravings. It gives us our need for variety in food even. And that's one of the signs that you are well nourished. You're happy without the variety. You could eat bacon and eggs and beef patties all day and never ever feel deprived or hunger. It's as simple as that. All the rest of it is just the bullshit we've added on top of it. Ding, ding, ding. 2 times I've used that word today. Sorry. All right, back to the hunt for the QQQs. I'm reading. I'm up to 8:11. Going on an hour and a half. Thank you, Rick. It's a compliment from Rick. Mitch can never corrupt me because Mitch is not devious or corrupt. That's true. That's true. I don't want to hurt anybody. Honest. I'm not trying to sell anybody a bill of goods. I'm going with what I believe, what works for me. And if you don't want to drink coffee, that's perfectly all right with me. I don't think it hurts me. I don't think it hurts you. It may hurt you. But please don't come on here and try to influence people who do listen to me, whether I'm right or wrong, based on what you think. You have the ability, you have the same freedoms I do. Go on youtube.com and create a channel. Set up a studio and get some good cameras, spend the money necessary, get some talent, learn how to be a personality, push buttons, talk in a logical and clear manner, even if you've had a stroke, and spread your message the best you can, and go through what I went through the past so many years, gaining some credibility, which you, and I use that word generically, not at any particular person, continue to try to trash on a day-to-day basis. Why? I don't know you. I don't care about you. And even if you had a YouTube channel and were spewing destructive garbage every day like so many of them do, I wouldn't even watch you or worry about you or try to change you or tell you why you're wrong or prove to you how much smarter I am. And that's what it's all about. It's all about ego. It's all about ego. And Chuck says, thanks, Barry, for the fun. Yeah, oh, Barry's great. Barry is great. That was awesome, says. Oh, that's great. There you go, Barry. Here. Nope, that's not the button. That's the button. Little round of applause for you, my friend. Coming from everybody. Another masterpiece. Absolutely. Okay, we must be sneaking up on it. And he's referring to this. Yes. Man, look at that expression. That's really great. The cigar looks. This AI is getting too scary. I got sunglasses up on my head. I know the smoke coming from the coffee. Oh wow! Look at that. I love it. It's the corruptor, and that's a pretty sharp graphic too. Look at that. Look how sharp that is. It's pretty high resolution. That's great. Oh, man. Oh, that's the best one in quite a while, Barry. Gotta tell you. They don't get much better than that. And that, my friend, is what they call, in case you don't know the term, self-deprecating humor. There is no better humor, no better way for you to feel good about yourself than to make fun of yourself, than to find absurdity in your own behavior. If you're making fun of yourself, you're putting up a shield against everybody else's arrows and spears. And it's very protective. Because in order to make fun of yourself, you have to you can't be a narcissist and make fun of yourself. You can't be arrogant. You can't be holier than thou. You can't be smarter than everybody and make fun of yourself. You have to come to terms with and admit your own humanity and fallibility and the ability to be wrong. And you got to put it out there. Put it out there to the public. Because you cannot think that anybody who makes fun of themselves is an arrogant narcissist smarter than you. You can't. Because that person is making fun of himself. And I've always done that. My humor's always been very self-deprecating. I'll make fun of myself first. Because I'm fallible, sometimes wrong, certainly open to making mistakes. I'm that kind of a human being, and I know it. And I never expect anybody to believe any different. It's that attitude, I think, that allows me to continue to have a sense of humor. Without that, why bother? I take a lot of things seriously, but not too seriously. Michael Pergler really likes Rick. Gave him some nice compliments. And Peter likes Rick. Everybody likes Rick. How can you not like Rick? Rick is just lovable. And I did it. I got down to the bottom of the chat. And I see Karen laughing at myself is enjoyable. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And sometimes when I watch the replays of my live stream and I'm going for laughs, I laugh along with myself. It's crazy. Maybe that is the definition of crazy. Being entertained by yourself on the TV screen. I joke about that too. I say, people say, what are you watching, Mitch? Well, I'm watching me. I mean, what else is worth watching, I say? I'm feigning egotism. I'm making a mockery out of being an egotist with a joke. I'm watching the only thing that I found all morning that's actually entertaining. Me. That's what's necessary to love life. There's so much to depress us in this world now. You got to find something. Got to find something to love. I love you guys. I love all you guys. And I thank you so much for coming. We've come to the end of another week. We'll say hello to each other tomorrow morning on Rick's channel. Tomorrow night, Saturday Night Live, 7 p.m. Open panel for everybody. Be there or be square. Oh, Barry sent me. We'll have to wait till tomorrow night to see it. He sent me the Corruptor version 2, and he sent me an animated version of Tony the Tiger. Wow, Barry, you're busy this morning, man. Not to put you on the payroll. No, I can't put you on the payroll. Can't afford you. Still got a couple sips left. You all continue to say goodbye while I enjoy this. Well, I fog up my glasses breathing into this cup. Come on now. It's just such a big cup. Okay. Enough of that. Enough of that. We made it to 8:35. I guess my morning coffee shows are officially an hour and a half at least now. So I'm never able to do it. I can't get through this whole chat in an hour. I always have too much to say about whatever, whether it's important or not. I feel like I need to make a comment on it. And I appreciate everybody hanging in there with me. Everybody saying goodbye. Mitch is the man who brightened your day, says Rick. Thank you, Rick. Lori Weitzel says, have a good day. Barry Simon, have a great day all. And everybody else, Danny in Boston. Retired Rick is here. How you doing? My BB and E. Sharon, goodbye. Everybody saying goodbye. And the last entry of the day, great chat, Mitch. Now go outside and enjoy your cigar. Absolutely. Everybody have a great weekend, and we will end it on that note. And with that, I will tell you, take the rest of the day off and eat meat.